Hi guys, and welcome to episode 9 of PGR3 Platinum Playthrough. And in this episode we've got the Midnight Racing series to do, which is Manhattan Night Racing in New York. So we have got 3 street races and a one-on-one, which I believe is the first time we've done that type of event. So we can have a quick look at the tracks just to see what sort of car to buy. We are moving up to C-Class for this episode. So we're done with E-Class and we are done with D-Class. So we're making some progress there. So apart from... there's the Brooklyn Straight at the end there. So we've got 3 normal tracks. I think this one was a point-to-point, actually. So that's point-to-point, and we've got a... one of the bridge races towards the end. So if we go and buy a new car, we are now in the C-Class. And if we sort by price, we obviously have enough to buy whichever car we like. So we've got the F50, which is obviously a bit of a beast in the C-Class. The SLR McLaren, which is also pretty good, as is the F40. So there's 3 straight away. The first 3 cars are very good. The GT40 is not very good at all, really. Too slow, and not very good top end either. So we've got the rough CTR2. Now this one, I got it wrong in my last episode. This is based on the 993 Porsche, and the other one that I used in D-Class, which name escapes me. But that's based on the 996. So this is the 993. And CTR is a class of racing again. I think it's C-Class track racing or something like that. We've got the Murcielago, which is actually pretty good as well. Not quite as good in a straight line as some of the others. And we've got the RUF CTR. So we've got the CTR2 up here, and the CTR. And this is based off the is it the 3.2 Carrera 911? And it does say that, I think that's 1987. It's that variant of it. But that's actually pretty good. It's kind of tempting to use that for street races. We'll have a look though. Ferrari F430, not too bad. Concept car. Ford GT, which isn't too bad either. We've got the boat, which we're not going to use. We just unlocked that in the last episode, I believe, but that's not very good either. The Viper GTS ACR is average. The Noble M400 is not very good at all, and that Honda just does not belong in this class at all. The NSX GT2. Oh, this is difficult what to pick. I think I'm going to go for... let's go for the SLR McLaren. Pretty good in this one. Something different. Silver or black? That's the choices we have. I think we'll go silver. Looks good in silver. So, where do we place it now? It's interesting why they've got four slots up here. Well, 4 garage doors, but only 3 slots. I'm not sure why they've done that, but we'll place it there. One of the more expensive cars, but we've got the money, like I said. So if we walk around, there it is in there. Very good looking car. I quite like that. It's a bit hit and miss with people, this car. A bit like Marmite. You love it or hate it, but I happen to quite like the look of that. Especially like the Cyclone rims. They look really cool. But anyway, we're only doing street races, so hopefully we should be doing all right. 62,500 credits, so they're going up again. So I'll probably end up using the F50 and the F40, but obviously I use them a lot in PGR2, so it might be a little bit more boring to view, but they're both very good, so if I'm doing a platinum run, probably going to benefit me using them, to be honest. But this car's very good, and we see the F50 up ahead there. We've got 2 Vipers that we've just overtaken. Now, one issue I have with this car is the engine noise is so bassy, it's really hard to hear when to change gear. It really doesn't sound like anything else. Very weird, but getting around the F50 there, which is very good in a straight line. Very good all over, but so is this McLaren, luckily. But I'm gonna have to just look at the the rev limiter, because I literally cannot hear this car. Oh dear, understeered massively there. That was awful. And here comes the F50. Managed to block him off somehow. Only 3 laps of this, so it's a pretty small track. But when this car gets going, it certainly takes off. I think we're going to leave the rest of the pack, this McLaren and that F50. No, I can just about hear it. If I don't talk, I can hear the when to change gear. And I didn't need to change down there at all, so I can leave that in third. Really nice car though, really planted. Pretty easy to drive fast. I think it understeered before because I was in too high gear as well, because that does add to the understeer. And I was accelerating, of course. But we're dropping them now. Same place I understeered there, not quite as bad, but you can see how quick this car is. We are really dropping them. If you drive this car well, it shouldn't be any trouble whatsoever. Yeah, a bit of understeer again. Yeah, it does kind of understeer. More than you'd expect, anyway. That wasn't the best corner, but, I mean, we've got such a lead here. Not really worried about how we're driving. And because of these cone challenges, we're getting so many kudos. I don't really have to worry about racking up loads of kudos in the actual races as well. Make sure to brake a bit earlier this time. And instead of hitting the outside barrier, we hit the inside barrier, of course. So this is the furthest race from a clean race that I've had so far, I think. God, I just cannot drive around this course properly in this car, but it doesn't really matter. There we go. Fastest lap. So we do get a hell of a lot of kudos for that. I've got a feeling it probably would have got capped at 5,000 or maybe 6,000. So that's nice. Pretty nice there. Target first, result first. 62,500. So we normally get quite a few for those street races. There we go then. So next street race. I think this may be in the point-to-point one. It is, yep. Centre and Broadway. So let's get on with this. SLR McLaren. Right, here we go then. I think this may be our first point-to-point race. We've done the breakthrough that's a point-to-point, but I think this is the first point-to-point race we've done. We've got the 430 there. Couple yellow birds. Oh dear. And I should change down to first there, which I didn't mean to. Get a bit of a slide on there. And we've got the F40 and the F50 up ahead there. Interestingly, they've... oh my god, this is not going so well at the start of this. This is sliding quite a bit, actually. But hopefully we should be able to catch these guys up. Literally can't hear when to change gear. And again, it's the same corner as the other race that I keep... To be fair, I did go on 2 wheels that time. But yeah, I was going to say, interestingly, they've decided to put the XJ220 in the class above these two this time. When they were obviously in the same class in PGR2. And they weren't as good. Well, these were better, sorry, than the XJ220. And they've swapped roles because the F40 was quicker in a straight line on PGR2 and it's quicker in a straight line on this one. So, interesting. Oh, that's the finish. Right, start that again. Didn't realise it was that soon. That was a very short race, that one. They did say a point-to-point, but for some reason I expected it to be longer. So, we'll try that again. Need to get that out of the way that time. That's the CTR2, actually, that one, not the yellow bird. I think there is a yellow bird back there, though. Try and not go crazy here. I was just about to say you're going to try and get a clean race, but that's already gone out the window. Right, which is quicker than out of these two, then? I think it's probably going to be the F40. But got the jump on him there. And he's going to change gear. These are very long strung gears, these ratios. Right behind us. Not really doing that particularly well, but good enough, I think. And it was the end of this straight, wasn't it? The finish. So he is right behind us, so this is going to be a sprint to the finish, but it's not going to be that much quicker if it is going to do anything. And I think we're probably staying about the same distance. Yeah, that was alright. I've actually... Well, the AIs just keep driving and apparently crash into the wall if there's a wall back there. I never noticed that before. They all just crash and then... Looks like they're just trying to all turn around. They haven't really programmed that in very well, have they? But anyway, 62,000 nearly takes us back up to 1 million. So I think there's a one-on-one next. There we go, that's that street race done, and one-on-one, so hopefully this shouldn't be too bad at all. 3 laps of City Hall Park. Obviously using the SLR again, 62,000 again for first place. So what car are we against then for this one-on-one? It's probably going to be one of the Ferraris. Oh no, it's the GR1 concept, which is pretty fast in the straight line, that thing. Not as good around the corners though. Depends on what sort of track this is going to be though. Seems to be doing alright so far. And that wasn't the cleanest overtake, but that stopped him getting away anyway. It's always the case when I don't know the tracks, I always end up flying around them way too quick. Taking that alright, but I think they must drive better in the one-on-ones and the street races, surely. You'd have thought so. That was a nice corner though. Getting a bit of distance now on him. I'd actually forgotten they put one-on-ones in this this game. I don't really understand the point in them. I'd have preferred just keeping street races. I don't really like one-on-ones. It does show off that concept card that we haven't unlocked, I guess, but didn't need to go down to second there. I still prefer street races. It's more interesting. One-on-ones have always been a bit boring for me. It's almost like a free medal, to be honest, because you can, even if you struggle, you can just, oh my god, need to do that corner better next time. Even if you struggle, you can just kind of take them out, like I did a little bit, used them as the corner, more than taking them out really, but I'm just bashing into everything now. See how much easier it is, because I'm really not driving well at all. There's a couple corners that are alright. That wasn't so bad. Did brake a little bit late, but I'm still nearly 3 seconds ahead at this point. Go down to second for this one. In second, it does really start to oversteer. It's a bit of a weird thing that in third and fourth it understeers, and in second it just wheels spin up and it oversteers massively. Leave that in third. That was a bit better. Now, which is the corner that I keep messing up? It's this one, isn't it? Bit better. A little bit better. Over 3 seconds ahead now, so... Had I hit the wall before then? I think I might have done. I thought I might be on the way to a clean race, but I don't think I was anyway. And that was definitely too late that time. Managed to avoid the wall there, and we're still gaining time on him. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. Too close to the barrier, 2 wheels. Oh well. Getting a little bit more there. Fastest lap. Definitely no clean race there, though. Very good car to drive, even if it... I can't really get used to it. I don't like the silent engine or the bassy engine, because I can't hear where to change gear. But other than that, and a little bit of understeer it gets, it's pretty good to drive, to be honest. Very nice indeed. So we've got one more street race to do to finish the episode off with. And this is 3 laps on one of the bridges, the Brooklyn Bridge. So this is going to be interesting depending on what cars we've got against us here. There are a couple of strong contenders in this group, in the straight line. I'm kind of afraid of the F50 that's in this, which it is, and also the Yellowbird's pretty quick. Completely forgot to change gear again. Keep doing that, but hopefully we'll get out of the way of all that so we can get a good exit onto here. Can we squeeze through this gap? We can. There's the CTR2, which isn't as good in a straight line. We've got the Dodge Viper, so obviously this is just powering through now. And one of those up there is going to be the the Ferrari F50 and also the Yellowbird, I think, has got away up there. Oh, actually judged that okay for once. So what were these cars there? The F50 I can see. A bit of a drift on there. I think in second place there is the Yellowbird there. And it might be the F40 in first. Managing to get away from the F50 there though. It was those 3. I was always more worried about those 3 than anything else on this straight here. Now we'll see what's a true test, because in my acceleration series I did do it from a standstill, and obviously come around the corner going onto this you're already doing sort of 100 and, well, maybe just about 100 miles an hour. So it's really more about top end these sorts of bridges. But this is doing really well. Seems to be pulling them back a little bit. And they actually smashed into the wall there, and I managed to just about keep it. Catching up with them now. I may have to give that Yellowbird a little run out, because it is pretty good. Not so good in the corners, obviously. It's a bit of an older car. Oops, didn't mean to change gear then. That's hindered me a little bit for this straight. Right, we are drafting them now. I have made an absolute mess of the gears on there, so that's not really giving us the best time for the straight. The F50 seems to be falling behind a bit, but that is really good in the straight line, so I'm surprised. Drafting this Yellowbird now. I think it might be just out of the draft zone, actually. It's really close between these 3 cars. I'd say they're pulling away a little bit there, actually. Getting nice and late on the brakes there, though. Right behind them this time. Can I get on the inside? Just about. Probably can dart on the inside of this F40 here, which we do. And now we should be able to get away. If I don't mess up the gears. I didn't mean to change to 4th up here, I just accidentally did before. But we've got a nice little head start now. But I think, just trying to think, I think the 911 Carrera, I think that was in PGR2 in the classics. I'm sure that's what that car's based on, that RUF Yellowbird. Oh, getting a bit squirrely. Well, I've hit the wall now. I don't know if I had before, but certainly have now. Up till then, I was actually judging that quite well coming out of the straights. It's always hard to. You don't want to lose too much time, if possible. This is a longer race, 3 laps of this. Scorching power over, whatever that means. Getting a good exit through here as well. I think we were doing about 120 something coming out of there. So it really is about the top end on here. Which obviously you can see the top speed on the stats at the top right of the description. So if you do want to pick a car based off the top speed, you can. But, you know, it depends on how quickly some of these cars get there. That was extremely close. Let's get a little slide on here, get some more kudos. Got a little bit of a lead now. Interesting to see which one's going to win out of those 2, though. And again, that takes me back to my point. Why don't they put the finishing order? They never do. So you can't see who's beating who, because my car keeps driving as well after street races. I think it doesn't stop. So you can't see who's beating it. But I'm pretty sure the F40 is still ahead of the Carrera there. Or the RUF. But we must be at least 3-4 seconds ahead now. Maybe more. 5 seconds, yep. That was a bit better over there. Didn't get as unstable under braking that time. Taking that nicely as well. Really enjoying this car. It's a bit of a beast, to be honest. I think it came 4th in my lap times, my fastest cars. So pretty good overall, but there you go. 4,700, and we can't see who finished second. Probably the F40. But not a bad episode at all, really. Quite nice to see street races, because you know it's going to be easier than, say, one of the Cone Challenge events. But it'll be interesting to see how many credits we get from the championship. And there we go. Is it going to be any more? It is 300,000, so it seems to be going up 50,000 every 2 championships or so. I'm pretty sure, was that the price of the car? How much was that? 430,000, so nearly got our money back. But in terms of the actual events we did as well, the money from that, we did make our money back on that. So that's those 4 episodes done, or 4 events done, should I say, and that Midnight Series done. So in the next episode, we are still in New York on the New York Open Bridge Series. And apparently the description for this is redefine rush hour, which I don't really understand what that means. Straight back onto a cone challenge. We can't get away from these things. Cone challenge, overtake, drift challenge, and a speed challenge. So at least there's only 1 cone challenge this time. So it's not too bad. But haven't seen a speed challenge in a while, so that'll be interesting. There you go, guys. There is that episode done. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode.